This is actually my third time recording this. I'm on lack of sleep and I'm actually getting pissed off. I just want to get through this. I don't want to make these videos longer than they need to be. If I have something to share, fine, I'll do it. Do a little bit of chit chat, but I really just want to go through the motions and kind of quickly recap the highlights of the show, like the title says. Angry CM Punk opened up the show. He ripped on Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, the final boss, and how John Cena, talking about always never giving up, gave up on himself, giving his soul to the final boss, taking out Cody Rhodes. But now he's focused on Seth Rollins, which Seth Rollins then comes out. They ensue in a brawl. Cheap Security comes out again, along with Adam Pearce, though he didn't yell this time. We didn't hear him yelling, but he addressed Seth Rollins backstage near the bus, told him to stay on there, and had his Cheap Security say, keep an eye on him. But they went at it for a while, so it was still nice to see. The crowd seemed to be loving it. Gunther defeated Otis with a power bomb. I like this. He's definitely entertaining. I wish he was booked a little bit more seriously. He's got the comedic element, kind of like R-Truth. Well, maybe not to the level of R-Truth, but he's up there. I really like him. He's like a big Santina Morella. As long as he's getting paid well and he's featured fairly regularly, I'm on board with this. But I do miss him with Chad Gable as the Alpha Academy there. But him with Tozawa works, and it's pretty cool. I just wanted a little bit more for him is all I'm saying. And after the match, Gunther went on a slapping, choking spree, which brought out Jey Uso, but he ended up getting choked the fuck out. And that just happens. Hopefully this is not the result at WrestleMania. I have to admit, I am rooting for Jey Uso. I think he might win. Lyra defeats Ivy Niles to retain. I've said this before. I think she's great. I know nothing about her. I don't know anything about any of these people personally. I'm just not vibing with her. I'm just kind of like, meh, whatever. No emotional investment with her whatsoever. I thought Ivy was actually a lot more dominant, and I get that it's scripted and it was probably meant to look like that, but then, despite all of that, she comes up on top with her Nightwing, Chicken Wing, whatever that move is called. I would have been okay with Ivy Niles dethroning Lyra Valkyria. To me, it's believable. You don't have to agree with me, and that's perfectly fine. Ludwig Kaiser in-ring promo about Penta. Penta then came out to attack him. They've had some run-ins a couple of times. I have to admit, between all the luchadors that have recently come to the brand and recent history, I do find him a little bit weird. His character, he reminds me of the Boogeyman. I know I'm being an asshole. It's just who I am. I like Dragon Lee. That's all I'm saying. This guy is at the front and center of the show. It seems like there's a lot of, there he is. And I'm like, where's Dragon Lee? I almost forgot about him. Because of the booking. I'm not saying I do a better job. I'm just venting. This is the part of the videos that I actually prefer doing. Rather than just... So Adam Pearce came out and he started yelling at Seth and told him, you're a very naughty, naughty boy. You get on that bus now. In other news, right? This is the shit. So that it's my actual take on certain things. I don't want to just be narrating the results and that's it. So I'm just sharing with you. I like Penta. I just think he's a creep. Creepy little zombie bastard. And there you have it. So I don't know if anything's going to come out of this, but I'm definitely... I almost said rooting. It rhymes, but anyways, I'm rooting for Ludwig Kaiser. The War Raiders, they don't get a picture. Fuck them. They, right here, retained the titles against American Made. I like American Made. I like the War Raiders. I could definitely see the Creed Brothers, American Made is the faction. The Creed Brothers taking home the gold someday. They have a real wrestling background. They're really good. They're very talented. And with the tutelage of Chad Gable, like they really need it, but whatever. I do miss Chad Gable, like I said, with Alpha Academy. But it is what it is. It still makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense that Chad is barking all the orders and all that. I think that's going to end someday and might help bring the Creed brothers back to fate. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass right now. Either which way, it was a nice match. And I said this countless times, and I'll probably keep repeating it. Very grateful for the War Raiders overcoming their health issues, their obstacles that they've come across. Some pretty serious stuff for the both of them. So yeah, it's always nice to see. And speaking of which, Sami Zayn is out indefinitely after his match with Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber. Here is Braun Breaker repelling the Judgment Day's ambush. Oh, right, from Finn Balor. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. So LWO had a vignette promo with Rey Mysterio and LWO, and they kind of spoke very briefly. I think that was the first time I ever heard them talk on camera, to be honest with you. But the way they do the lighting and everything, it's always like a movie. It's pretty cool. But Rey Mysterio was the one that was mainly talking basically about the New Day. They're going to have a tornado tag match. Except, I'm not going to lie, I'm not too sure who's in the tag match. If it's Dragon Lee, did he say, and Ray, or is it LWO? I don't know. But either which way. Finn Balor, there we go. Called out Braun Breaker, said I could take that title from you any day. That's what makes Finn Balor look weak, because he always has to call out the dogs, Carlito and all this shit, to come out and do his bidding, and it doesn't work. Dirty Dom came out as well. And then Breaker broke Balor. But I'm still hoping for better things in the end for Finn Balor this year. Io Sky defeats Rhea Ripley to recapture the Women's World Championship. Rhea got into it with Bianca at ringside, not because Bianca was doing anything wrong, but because she was cheering for Io. That rubbed her the wrong way. She pushed her back and forth, got distracted, went to do a riptide off the top rope, Hurricane off the top rope, and then that led to her demise. It's probably some reason why they're doing this on a Monday Night Raw. Probably one is for the unpredictability, because we're always like, there's not going to be a big major change right before Mania, and of all things on just a regular non-PLE show. Sure, Io's deserving. I'm not upset at it. I just really wanted Rhea Ripley to just be like the Roman Reigns of the women's division, if I could be perfectly blunt. I really wanted her to have a long reign, a meaningful one, where she's actually competing and defending, and it makes her look unstoppable. But whatever. So now Bianca Belair is going to face Io Sky at WrestleMania. I don't know what the future is going to bring for Rhea Ripley. Honestly, she's probably going to start feuding with Bianca. Is Bianca going to win at Mania, and then Rhea's going to go back after? She's going to be entitled to a rematch. I don't know. I'm glad that that's not my job to figure all this stuff out. I can share with you my stupid thoughts as to who I want to win versus who I think is going to win. That doesn't mean it's a smart thing, and I'm glad that I don't have that job, like I said, unless it was paying really well. Probably pays better than the nickel I make a video making these wrestling videos, but I still enjoy it. And there you have it, little under 10 minutes, just the way I like it. I'm done with this 10-minute plus bullshit, just for a recap. Thumbs up if you liked the video, you know the drill. It helps with the algorithm. I could care less about seeing the actual thumbs up on the video. It does something to the algorithm to promote the video to go out, so maybe it'll get 10 views. Thumbs down if you didn't like it, and I'll bend it in half, twist it. You'll get that. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, naturally that would be great, but if not, whatever. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. Let me know down below what you think, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.